So the number one thing I've realized with laning with Galio is that a lot of the early game is basically just surviving. That's the number one big thing. Just survive. Survive and get perfect farm. Because I honestly feel like no matter what runes you run, no matter how your setup is, good or bad, you still can't beat the laners. And I don't know why anyone would ever think that Galio probably has a chance against, like, how do you, let me ask you this. How do you trade on Galio mid? Does anyone know? Q doesn't do damage, though. Q isn't good. I don't think you do. I think people are too coped out of their minds thinking Galio is that strong. I think you maybe full burst them with, like, EQ, EWQ auto, and then you run, right? Like, you're not a very good consistent player. Or a champion, I should say. Like, after that's done, you basically have nothing. You literally have nothing. You have no burst. Well, they run Phase Rush, but the problem is... Your damage is like Gragas. I suppose it is, but at the same time... I feel like it's... It's almost like, what's the point? You know? What's the point of... Like, your damage isn't excessive. You're not a champion that is here to deal damage, right? So you bursting people could potentially lose you resources, health, mana, which then loses you lane. That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's like, is it really worth taking these shit trades and then getting your shit kicked in repeatedly? Because I think, honestly, what this boils down to is how fast can you clear a wave and how fast can you roam? Right? Like, TF is a better Galio, for sure. Galio is a weird... competitive-only 5v5 champion. He doesn't really do anything outside of that. Predator, no. Well, the idea of what I'm doing right now is we have to fight a bunch of Oriannas and Syndras in the tournament. So I'm essentially kind of figuring out what's our best course of action if I draft Galio. Like, I'm not guaranteed to draft this character. I won't be doing that always. It's just an option. Way more EXP with TF than Galio. I mean, Galio is similar to TF, but too slow. That's the issue with Galio. Galio is a slower version of TF, with ultimates, with wave clear, with damage, with everything Galio does. It is a slower version of Twisted Fate. If TF is in the game, why would you ever play Galio? Unless there was maybe five AP champs. That's my opinion, but, you know. Nice. You're friends with Krasmai, right? What are your thoughts on the allegations? Allegations of what? Bro, I don't keep up with anybody. I don't know what you do in your personal life. I don't know you as a person. I just know you as a streamer. Allegations, bruv. They should make him a bruiser out of wear after he uses one ability. That's what I'm thinking. I actually, you know what? I thought of that too. I'm like, imagine if you were to use your E that you'd get your passive back immediately, and then you take numbers away from him and you put them elsewhere. I actually thought of that when I was playing him. I'm like, wouldn't it be great to have my passive reset on an ability? You're right. Because why is Galio not a bruiser? This character is all about beating you up, chewing bubblegum, and kicking your ass. Like, this guy's a big, dumb meathead. There's no reason. He should be like Silas, but more of a tank. Right? You're right. I thought of that when I played Galio. I'm like, doesn't Galio make sense to be more of a bruiser? Like an AP bruiser, yeah. Demonic Embrace turns him into bruiser off tank. Well, that just gives you health. Health doesn't necessarily mean you're going to live. Radiant Virtue Galio? I honestly think that's too shit. You know why? It's because your ultimate's too inconsistent. You're basically playing without a mythic the whole game. I like the thought of that, but I don't think it's worth it. TF Blade and Solar Baka are playing right now? Well, they're playing scrims, they're not playing a real game. Well, you know what's interesting is that, you know when you play, you know what Galio should be? Galio should be what Scion is. I feel like Scion, even if he goes tank, actually has pretty good damage, but I feel like Galio tank, you know, Galio does do damage, actually. No, I've seen it. Late game items kind of carry Galio, not his kit. His kit's kind of shit. It's more so just a bunch of stacked abilities, like Sunfire, Thornmail, etc., whatever. Tank Galio does not deal 0 damage. No, it does not. But I don't think that's not his kit. I think it's just the items and maybe passive or something. Like, your Q does no damage. Absolutely, your Q does nothing. It scales with AP. If you don't build AP, you don't get damage. We basically always need to keep TP. You know, chances are maybe we don't even draft Galio in these games. I'm not going to lie. It's just more of an afterthought type of character where if it works, it works. If it doesn't, we're not going to do it. If it's more of like a last-ditch effort type of deal. Dark technology is Gale Force Galio. That's not dark technology, no. Look how dog shit this ult is. Actually, no, it's still kind of dog shit. Why is... You know what I feel like they're going to end up doing? They're going to nerf TF's ult. They're gonna give TF the fucking competitive treatment and nerf his ultimate to dog shit. I honestly think they'll do that. Because Galio has such a terrible ultimate. Ryze has such a terrible ultimate. They were both gutted for, I think, the sake of solo queue. Like, you cannot see my... Look at my minimap. Look at my ult range, level 1. That is unplayable. Look at this. Look at my ult range at level 1. Like, TF's ultimate range is like twice that. I don't think this guy beats me. You need to play aggressive side lane to Galio, a winning skill matchup, top lane with Galio. Well, I mean, the idea of this champion is to just help your team. The idea of Galio is to push waves and rotate. Immediately push waves and sit in fog. Immediately push waves and sit in fog. That's it. That's all you want to be doing. It gets better, but, like, it's the... Like, right now, it's about to be better. At level 11, it will be better.
You dare slack on my ship?
Can I get a kiss?
Lamooch, thanks, man. It gets a little bit better. Like, right now, look at my ulti. It is substantially better. I would even say my ultimate maybe right now is more of like a TF thing. Level 11, it looks to be TF-oriented. If this guy... I saved him! He's gonna karate kick, helicopter kick tigers! He's gonna bicycle kick tigers. What's Niski's build? Can you just post his build? Just type it out and post it. I want to see what he's doing. I want to see how he wave clears, because honestly, I can't get the Galio wave clear down because it's kind of weird. The idea of wave clearing Galio is you need to hit everything with the lines. See the two lines that lead to the circle? You need to hit them with one line. You need to. So the idea is you stand on the side of a wave and you kind of hit everything at once like that. But obviously you're hitting everything. You know what I feel like would be awesome? Is Ultimate Hunter. First strike. I would not do first strike. No, I think you're too weak. The number one thing with Galio that you gotta understand is I'm not playing Galio for solo queue. I'm playing Galio for the tournament. I want to be as consistent as possible playing Galio in this tournament. And the only way to do that is to basically have a perfect lane phase against Orianna Syndra. That's the game plan. Perfect lane phase, Orianna Syndra. Perfect lane phase, Orianna Syndra. That's it. That's all I need to be doing. Right? And again, it's not like I'm picking Galio every game, but this is the pocket pick. If you ban it, you ban it. Tough shit. That's fine. I've at least learned another character that I can play. Spellbook is the most consistent? Maybe. I mean, I'm just going 0 IQ mode, and I'm building, I'm just going Fleet, because I don't trust these challenger-level laners to just allow me to play the game. I've tried Aftershock, I've done everything. You need to understand one thing. The people I am fighting in this tournament, what they play... Syndra, Orianna, Sylas. Well, Sylas, I suppose, isn't as bad as those two, but... they're essentially playing really, really, really good lane phase champs, and it can be I can save you. Okay, I can't save you. There's nothing I can do this game.
Get to work!
Ming, thanks, man. Would you say Galio's the best AP champ? Anti-AP champ? Fuck no. Absolutely not. Just draft a character who can build Maw of Malmortius and you win. Maw of Malmortius is basically Galio. Like, maybe, okay, put it this way. If you're playing against, like, 4 to 5 AP champs, Galio is good because of his ultimate. Galio is really good with his ultimate, because his ultimate gives everybody in the ring an MR shield. He basically gives the entire team Maw of Malmortius for free, right? So the idea is that he's really good versus many, many AP champs, but when are you given that opportunity? Galio, in my opinion, you know where Galio lives? You know where Galio's relegated to? Well, the fountain. But Galio is relegated to support, in my opinion. I think Galio support works better. Yep, I think support is his best role, in my opinion. But, you know, that's just my opinion. Why don't you build any damage items? Because I'm just... you're too weak, though, no? I've done damage Galio items. I've tried everything. I think the number one thing to look at here is you play for a good lane phase, you then play for your team, and that's all that matters. I think that's the number one thing. This guy ulted. There's no scrimming tonight, no. We even know the brackets right now as to what we should be doing. Go to farm with your E when the enemy is not nearby. You're right, yeah, you could probably one-shot the wave a little bit more consistently. If only the mid laners in the tournament will play like that. Listen, Galio just got the Rise treatment, bro. You don't even need to think about Galio anymore. He just got the Rise treatment. That's it. That's all he is. Galio is Rise. Probably worse than Rise. Because at least Rise can be played whenever.
I don't care if the others like you.
Taken, thanks, bro. Pretty good. And this guy's kung fu kicking them. Good ult. Okay. Yeah, you're probably right. I should be using E for wave clear a little bit more. It's just the number one thing I find, maybe you'll agree, the number one thing I find hard with Galio is taking natural leads off of players. What do you think? I can take leads off of maybe roaming, but Galio can never solo kill a champion, correct? Until late game? Until Galio gets items, I don't think it's even possible. So the only thing you could do is maybe freeze waves. Like, that's kind of why it's hard. You can't... With Phase Rush, you can? No, you cannot kill people with Phase Rush. If you go full damage Galio, you're getting one shot.
You've work to do. Get on it.
Lukac, thanks, bro. Bomby Cinder after Rod. I like that idea. That's fine. It's good wave clear. My farm is really good. I've had really good CS in a lot of these games. Be it this is like a lower E-load flex game, but that's fine. You can early solo kill with Electrocute. Well, let me ask you this then. You can early solo kill with Electrocute. Does Galio beat Orianna and Syndra in a 1v1?
You've concerns, do ya?
Favorite X-Files filler episode? I think my favorite was Ghost in the Machine. Also, your slouching, fix your poster. Slouching is bad for your back.
Listen, my back's already non-existent. I don't even know. X-Files is so good, but I don't know what filler episode. They had that weird incest filler episode early when it was like... That shit was kicked off TV, man. That was a weird one. Like the one with the fucking... In the first season, they had the sewer-sucking, like, worm man. They had a bunch of weird shit. That's just the X-Files. X-Files is weird shit, right? I mean, honestly, this is pretty decent damage. I play League a lot, so I've got no idea. You can keep any matchup under control, but cannot solo kill. That's the trade-off. I would agree, to an extent. Yeah, sure. I agree. And I think the idea is... You're picking Galio explicitly for the team, not for yourself. Does that make sense? Because Galio is a selfless champion. Galio is... If you think TF is ride or die by the team, Galio is the fucking team. It's the team or no win. 0% chance to win without the team. This is like, you pick him purely for your players. Like every tank. Yeah, of course, like every tank. Yep, I agree. Even if you were to go AP, I'd still say I agree. I don't think Galio has any solo carry potential. At least it is lore accurate. That's true. Galio's kind of a protector. He just kind of helps Demacia in need. Or when in need. Interesting. I wonder if I could have done anything differently. I think that's why I don't like playing Galio, is because I feel like everything is off of me. Everything's completely out of my hands. I can't play the game. My game plan relies on other people being successful, because Galio's ultimate is not Twisted Fate's ultimate, and Twisted Fate takes leads through his ultimate. Galio does not. I don't even know where the fuck you take a lead through Galio with, because it's not his ultimate. It's 100% not the ultimate. It's not. Galio's ult needs to be faster, and it needs to be casted off of people, but still be casted... Like, you want to make a sick Galio ult, make it so he can cast it anywhere around a champion, but not in the center of a champion. Does that make sense? I think that would be an interesting adjustment. Because you feel very one-dimensional. Like, if a Jarvan goes in or something, huge, really huge. But, I don't know. I feel like Galio needs a bit of help. We do damage. A little bit. Are you gonna die? Watch out. You got me fucked up, bro.
The Galio!
Holy shit! If only this was in the tournament. Good God. Okay. Unfortunately, it takes 30 minutes to be useful. What do we go? Sunfire? No, not Sunfire, sorry. Thornmail. Well, we're 6 items. I can't be any stronger. Maybe boot change and that's it. Thornmail. I think this is just the best. What would you swap out of this build? Maybe your Mythic? Oh, I don't have a pot. I don't have money. Not yet. I feel like Demonic turns him into a little bit more AP, but like again, I'm supposed to be a... I mean, my team's just dead. Honestly, not bad. Honestly, not bad. But then again, It's not that look, we're not playing, it's a flex game. We're not necessarily playing to win, but like, the overall experience, I feel like I can tweak it slightly still and be a little bit more useful. I'm not sure. What was the Malphite build? Not damage.